Welcome back to Redeeming Reels, the show where we seek to watch movies and see the redemption within the reels and all sorts of other stuff. Obviously, a lot of what I try to do is to inform, educate on, and share my thoughts and findings on where I see Christ within film, and I think that's very important, and I try to do that very often. But I make other things. Redeeming Reels is a a show, whatever you want to call it. To talk about film, talk about faith, and so I'm trying to make other types of content with this. I'm trying to go short form, which I hate short form content, but I really want to have people watch it. But we'll do videos like this. You can see by the title, it's a different type of video. Lots of things in the works. I'll kind of, when we go through lists, I'm going to give you some insight on some videos I'm going to be making. As well as like, trying to get some episodes with some just friends talking about top tens, where it's like casual movie lovers versus cinephiles, or, film bros versus just film lover, so something like that. Got lots of great stuff. Couple episodes that will be coming out about our just main real redemption stuff very, very soon. Gonna be working on those this week. Very exciting stuff. So a lot of stuff in the works. I'm not gonna promise that. I'm not gonna over promise and under deliver. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna make things that'll come out month to month, and then if I do more, great, which is probably the case. But today we're doing something special. It's currently 12:34 a.m. And I'm sitting in my office. I came in here to do some work before tomorrow. I work with tomorrow Sunday, or today's Sunday. And so I was just thinking, brainstorming video ideas after I did some work, and I was finishing watching a film. And I was about to go to bed, and I thought, this is a good idea. And I knew if I didn't record it now, I probably would not record it. So here we are. As you can see by the title, I am going through my Letterboxd account. If you do not know, Letterboxd is a movie social media app or website. I have the app. I am on the website currently on my desktop, but it is a place for movie lovers, casual movie fans, cinephiles, wherever you are, and on the movie loving spectrum, to log, rate, review, follow your favorite movies, right? You basically can take a movie, talk about it, right? I will give you an example here in a second on how kind of the process works for me personally. But yeah, it's fairly simple. It's just for people that love film to talk about their love for film. So, but yeah, so, without further ado, I'm going to show you kind of how this works. So let's get on into it. So right here, as you can see, today I watched The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I've seen it before, so I click this. I've watched this film before. If you are currently on Apple Podcasts or somewhere that doesn't show video like Spotify or YouTube, I definitely recommend heading over to Spotify or YouTube, where it's going to be a better experience, but I'll do my best to explain everything kind of verbally. But what we're looking at right now is I watched blank, and it's giving me a chance to what day I watched it on. Have I watched this before? Tags to kind of categorize it. So today I watched this movie with Ben. That's my tag, because that's what I did. And it gives me a chance to rate out of 5, and I rate this movie 5 out of 5. I also like it. Some people don't like, some people do. I tend to like certain things. I used to not, and I know I'm in the process. Like every movie I like is liked. It's like I would recommend that movie because I like it. You could do if you write a review that contains spoilers, you can check that box. But if you want, you can write a review. What could I write for this? Good movie. Typically, for me, I either write a zinger, one-liner. Very rarely. That's only if I'm like rewatching it. But I typically try to write a paragraph or two or three or more, depending on the movie. But for the example of showing you how this works, I'm just going to write good movie. And that's that, right? Yeah, I'll give you an example. So like this is a longer review I watched, right? So, but we'll go on over to my profile. So this is my profile. This is what it looks like on the desktop. I've seen 1,699 films. I've watched 107 this year. It's actually 110. 46 lists. I'm following. You can actually follow people. You can follow your friends. You can follow your favorite TikTokers or influencers. You can follow Martin Scorsese. He's on here. You can follow Ayo Edebiri from The Bear. Anyway, you got profile, your activity, your films, your diary. So like you can see that I've written reviews for all these movies. Okay. Your watch list, your reviews, lists, likes, tags, network, stats, invitations. We're going to be going through all of this stuff. I mean, not literally all of it. We're going to go through the lists. We're going to go through my stats at the end. But first off, my 4 favorite films. Stand By Me, Good Will Hunting, After Sun, 12 Angry Men. Video coming in the next 6 months about my probably 100 favorite movies. I'm working on it. It's in the works. Okay. But these are my 4 favorites. These have been my favorites for a while. Stand By Me is a movie that I will never not love more than literally any movie ever. I could watch it every day and never get sick of it. It's perfect. I have my 2024 releases, 2023 releases. My little bio, pastor, writer, popcorn theologian, co-host of the Chicken That I podcast. Check it out. Go to the link here. And creative director of Redeeming Reels. That's what we're on right now. Reminder, 182nd. Also, this is Patron. That means I can change the poster, which is pretty cool. But yeah, these are reviews that I got, lists. I mean, it got lots of things. This is kind of my rating system of all these movies that I've seen. But yeah, we'll go to lists. So you can make lists of pretty much anything. I'll just go like I got released in 2022. I got all movies I watched in 2023. Right, there's all these lists that I do make, and rank things and whatnot. Oscar Gauntlet. I'm trying to get through all the Oscars. I'm trying to get through Best Picture winners. There will be a video of Studio Ghibli. There will be an MCU video. There will be an A24 video. There will be maybe a Pixar video. I haven't decided yet. But physical collection. I added to my physical collection. You can see these are every movie that I own. You can kind of see them in the back right there. Blu-ray, DVD, Criterion, 4K Ultra HD, Steelbooks. Like these are all the movies that I own. And I'm trying to build my collection. Because streaming services suck and I need to, do more. But I got all the movies I watched this year. Got my favorite movies of all time, 23 releases, Denis Villeneuve, trying to get through that. I have a list of every movie I think's watching, and you see that these are locked. Greatest films of all time. These are all in alphabetical order right now, but this will be ranked in a video. It'll be a long video. It'll be a long thing. So, needs a rewatch. This is a video that I might do. I don't know. But I'm very, very excited to rewatch these. There's different reasons, The Boy and the Hare and the Creator. I just want to rewatch them simply because I love them and adore them and want to see if they hold up. I want to give Where the Wild Things Are, Tenet, The Northman, and Titanic another chance. It's been a while since I've watched The Breakfast Club, Fury, Get Out, The Godfathers, Terminator 2, Shawshank, The Shining. So there's different reasons. I just have been making this list. It's not done. If we go to my watch list, there's a lot. there's a lot on here. I mean, it ranges too. We have American Werewolf by Midnight, Armageddon, Room, Signs, a short film of Peter Parker. But then you go to like some of the first stuff, and you have like Mask I've never seen, Borat, Life of Pi, Citizen Kane, right? So you got all these movies. You got just all these. Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Like, what am I doing here? I have all these movies that are on this list. Okay, and if I go to the very, very top, it'll tell me I have 898 films on my watch list. So I wanted to curate, what are the movies I really want to watch? What do I really want to get into? Right? And this is my high priority watch list. These are movies that I have not seen that like I need to watch these ASAP. Amadeus, Andrei Rublev, Barry Lyndon, Cinema Paradiso, Citizen Kane, right? The Goodfellas, The Green Knight, Harakiri, A Hidden Life, The Human Condition series, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Like, I'm so excited to watch these. But these movies, this movie is 206 minutes. The first one. The second one is 178 minutes. The third one is 190 minutes. That's 3 hours, and like 3.5 hours. That's so long. Denis Villeneuve, right? Ensandi, Mirror, some more Tarkovsky, Paris, Texas. I just watched this movie and episode coming on it soon, right? There's all these movies that are the top of my, like, I need to be watching these first. I need to stop with what I've been watching. Like, if you go to what I recently watched, Mooned, I know it's a short film. Falling in Love. This is what I watched tonight, guys. I watched Falling in Love. This movie sucks. Lord of the Rings is great, but it's fun. I mean, not really. Come on. So, but yeah, so that's kind of my Letterboxd, my all that. But let's go through the stats. This is the money stuff. If it'll let me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, a life in film. I could go through my 2022. Yeah, I could do that. Not gonna. At the end of this year, we'll do a 2024 stats. So 1,699 films. Almost 4,000 hours. 1,049 directors. Pretty proud of that. 46 countries. Could be more. Longest, at least one per week. I've been watching, and basically this means I've been logging a film one per week since December of 2022. 176 2+ film days. That's just I log 2+. That doesn't mean there's some days where I log 4 movies in a day because I watched 5 in the last week and a half and haven't, But you see by year, the most films, obviously I watched 158 movies that released in 2023. Seen 10 in 2024. So obviously as I got into film, they're the most. 2016 I've seen a lot. Yeah, so one film in 1878, one film in 1928. Okay. Next up here, we have the highest rated decades. Okay. What are the decades that I rate the best? And it gives you an average. So first is the 1970s. Okay. Oops. The 1970s. Average 4.23. That's really good. That's like, for the most part, I'm rating these movies very, very highly. Like my lowest is Rocky 2. I give it a 4-star, right? So like I'm rating these movies good. Apocalypse Now, Alien, Stalker. I mean, these 3 are incredible. Willy Wonka, Wolf of the Cuckoo's Nest, The Godfathers, Jaws. And right here we start getting to that 4.5 range. 4.5, Okay. 1980s. 3.92, still pretty good. It definitely drops off. It's because I've probably seen more movies in the 1980s, right? Because you get here, these are 4 stars, but here these are 4.5. And and you have a lot of fives. You have five, 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 you know, all these fives, and then all these 4.5s. Then lastly is the 1990s. I ain't recency bias. I mean, maybe it's just I've seen more movies than newer, so that's why they're lower. But 1990s 3.52 on average is what I rate these movies. Looking at genres, countries. In my lifetime, I've seen more comedies than anything. That's pretty typical. But then family, adventure, drama, action, thriller, you know, so it goes down. What's my highest rated? War. Average of 4.0. History, documentary. Most documentaries I've seen are good. Probably the only ones I've logged are good. Anyway, we'll go through this first. USA, most of the films, and UK. And you got, you know, some sprinkles. No spoken language. What are these movies? I don't know. All right. Highest rated. Okay. Average of 4. What are these movies? Atomic Blonde? That movie stinks. Madagascar's a Swedish film? Okay. Hunt? No, I'm trying. Those are good movies. Okay. Highest rated. South Korea. Japanese, I'm rating a 4.5. That's crazy. Like, that's... I mean, Japanese films are... I love. I mean, you have all these Ghiblis, Ikaru. The Godzilla films are incredible. The non-American ones. So, anyway. Yeah. Love. No spoken language and then English. 2.98. The drop-off is crazy. But this is like every other movie I've seen. So, alright. Themes and nano genres. I've apparently seen the most kids in animation. Animation. Kids. You know, superheroes. Highest rated. Gothic. Eerie, haunting horror. What is this? Oh. Literal bangers. Oh boy. Here we go. Gangster Fate. Oh, these are all 5s. These are so small genres, so like that, you know. Violent crimes and drugs, 4.6. Gripping, intense, violent crime, 4.5. Graphic violence and brutal revenge, 4.5. Yeah, so these are so small like genres. It's not very broad. All right, lists. These are like top lists. So I've seen 20 out of 95 Best Picture. I've seen half of the Letterboxd 250. Pretty good. Or the IMDb 250. I've seen not very many of the Letterboxd. The Cannes de Palme or Palme Deal. I don't know. What box office Mojo films have I not seen? This is cool. You can do fade watched, so I can look. What have I not seen? Bohemian Rhapsody, The Battle of Lake Changjin. These are some Fantastic Beasts. So some foreign movies. Okay, that's not bad. Those are the movies I've seen. Oh, so they made the most. Yeah. 100,000 movies to see before you die. I've seen only 111. Wow. Only top two. Wow. I gotta get up, man. I gotta get up. Get my money up. Nominated. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know. All right. Collections. So these are the things that, you know, I've seen all the Spider-Man MCU, The Dark Knight, The Avengers, Guardians, Lord of the Rings, The Hunger Games. There's like 81 I have completed. Like it's obviously quite a bit. Almost complete. Haven't seen all those. I have seen all those. I should just fill it out. I've seen all those. Haven't seen all those. And I gotta watch The Last Oceans. So anyway. Alright. Most watched. These are the movies I'm coming back to. I started watching movies a lot more in 2023, so this kind of... But I've watched Barbie 4 times, apparently. We'll start 8 times Stand By Me, 8 times La La Land, 7 times Guardians. Guardians is incredible. Like, I just love the movie. I watch it like twice or 3 times because of students and like my job. Go Hunting, I watched a lot. Same with Spider-Verse, I watched it with students. Oppenheimer, brilliant. After Sun, brilliant. Yeah, watched these quite a bit. These are all, I mean, 3 times. It's kind of the lowest. I guess twice. Um, yeah. So it just shows me kind of what I've watched. This is actually up to 4 now. I haven't logged it yet. Um, so rewatch movies, guys. If a movie you like or love, rewatch it. Like, why would you not? Like, come on. Rated. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. This is a good time. Movies that I rate higher than the average. And Letterboxd is a very good metric, I will say. So if we're talking Letterboxd, right? Like, people you typically do Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes sucks. Don't use Rotten Tomatoes, especially like the critic stuff, because it's basically like the percentage of goodness. It's like how do I describe this? Sorry. Rotten Tomatoes work. There's a guy that I follow that. Let's watch it, honestly. Shout out my boy Tyler C. Whitmore. Let's do this. So let's watch this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's watch this. Here's how it works.
You're tired of no one understanding how Rotten Tomatoes works? Well, so am I. I'm sick and tired of people not understanding how Rotten Tomatoes works, but I can't blame them because they make it very vague and hard to understand, so a lot of people misinterpret what it actually means. This video will tell you everything you need to know for exactly how Rotten Tomatoes scores are calculated. Rotten Tomatoes, of course, has 2 different scores, the critic score and the audience score. We'll start with the critics one. Boo. So when it comes to critics, movies can get 3 designations: rotten, fresh, or certified fresh. A movie's rotten if less than 60% of critics rate it a positive score, and is rated fresh if over 60% of critics rate it a positive score. And a movie becomes certified fresh if over 75% of critics rate the movie positively, as well as over 80 reviews for a wide release movie or 40 reviews for a limited release movie. But critics is a little tricky here because it just has a positive review. Well, what does that mean? Well, Rotten Tomatoes is an aggregate of critics across all different kinds of sites and publications, so some critics rate on a scale of 0 to 4, some on a scale of 1 to 5, some 1 to 10, some 0 to 100, and Rotten Tomatoes wasn't going to force them to change their rating scale, so if it's a positive review on that critic's individual scale, then it's going to be counting as a positive score. The audience scores, on the other hand, are much more easy to comprehend because they have much clearer guidelines. So when on average 60% or more of the audience score gives it a score of 3.5 out of 5 or higher, it'll get that fresh popcorn bucket. If less than 60% of the audience rates it 3.5 or higher, then it is going to be a tipped over popcorn bucket or a rotten score for the audience side. So that means a 3 out of 5 is a negative review for the audience. It has to be a 3.5, 4, 4.5, or 5 out of 5 in order to be a positive contribution to the Rotten Tomatoes score on the audience side. So what that means is if 10 people review a movie and give it a 3 out of 5, then that movie is a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience. So using Babylon, for example, this means 57% of critics rated this movie a positive score, and 52% of the audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes rated this a 3.5 out of 5 or higher. What this absolutely doesn't mean is that translating to like an IMDb score, 52% does not mean it's a 5.2 out of 10. It just means 52% of people like the movie 3.5 out of 5 or higher, and 57% of critics like the movie. So that means that
you get the idea, right? That's kind of that's the gist of what it is. Thank you, Tyler C. Whitmore. He's on the Real Talk podcast. Lovely guy, lovely pod. So yeah, that's what it means, right? It's the percentage of the critics or the audience that rates it that high. So it's not a good system. But Letterboxd, it takes the average basically of what everybody's rating. So it's your people, it's critics, it's fans, it's casuals, all these things. So if it's a 4.0 or higher, that movie is great, or everyone thinks it's great. on average. The average of 4 might be like, that's not that very high. The highest average on the app is 4.7, and that's insane. So, or I think, I'm pretty sure. But regardless, let's get back into this. So these are films that I rate higher than average. First row. This is what it is. With an average of 2.4. I have Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition. Come on. So good. I love it. I actually just raised my score. It was at a 3, I think, and now it's at a 4. I love it. Wish. I had a good time. Sorry. I liked it. Lemonade Mouth might be the greatest movie ever made. I think I'm joking. Like, Lemonade Mouth is amazing. 5 stars. Average of 3.5. Also, by the way, the fact that Lemonade Mouth has a 3.5 average is insane. You go to look at any other DCOM. Oh, we'll look. Hot Rod speaks for itself. Dark in the Moon, fire. I don't care what anybody says. I think the movie's so fun. Meg 2. I'm a huge Jason Statham defender, so yeah. What do you want? Asteroid City. I love. Transformers, Brother Bear, Hobbs and Shaw's on here for some reason. Sunshine, incredible sci-fi film. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And then here's also fun. Movies I rate lower than average. These are my hot takes. So, Theater Camp. It sucks. Swiss Army Man. Also sucks. The Northman. I need to give it another chance. At the time, I said it sucks. I don't know. Poor Things. Offensively bad. I gave it a 1.5 because the production design was incredible and Emma Stone's definitely a great actress. Movie I don't like. I'm sorry. Not for me. Please don't destroy. Yeah, movie's terrible. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Here's some more interesting stuff. The Unknown Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Tokyo Drift is just awful. It's a pitiful movie. Starstruck, pitiful. Disney. I don't like Aladdin, the live action. I think it's terrible. War Room, bad film. The Shack, bad film. All right, moving on. Who have I watched the most? What guy? Girl? This is kind of bad because these are all gentlemen. I'm really sorry. Please be... Oh, there we go. Oh, well, that's just Adam Sandler's wife. Who's she? She's just a voice actress. Oh, no. Okay, well, all right. So who have I seen the most? Adam Sandler, Dwayne The Rock, Samuel Jackson. Who's Jim Cummings? What's he in? Everything animated. So, but obviously that's Steve Buscemi. Some guys I don't know. Right. But here's an interesting one. Highest rated. Shun Sugatu in all the Kill Bill and Silence. Right. Julie Dreyfus, Billy Jackson. Yeah, he's got all these. No one like stand out. No like A-listers. I guess Julie Dreyfus. I guess she's kind of an A-lister. Let's see. Any A-listers down here? Hong Chow. She's not an A-lister, but she's more well known. Daniel Kaluuya and Joaquin Phoenix are the two biggest names I think that I have the highest average. Most watched directors: Spielberg, Wes, Nolan, Bay, Miyazaki, Levy, Snyder. Highest rated, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like no one's gonna be up there. Scorsese's gonna be up there. Miyazaki's gonna be like 2 or 3. Denis Villeneuve's gonna be like 1. But all right, so we have Stanley Kubrick because of Apocalypse Now, 2001: Space Odyssey, and The Shining. Or not Apocalypse Now. That was Francis Ford Coppola. Path to Glory is what I meant. Okay. Denis Villeneuve, Matt Reeves, Damien Chazelle, Francis Ford Coppola. Wow, I'm shocked that what's this? Vinterberg. I've only seen 2 of his movies. Tarantino, Fincher, Linklater, incredible. The Safdie brothers, Bong Joon-ho. Oh, there's Miyazaki. Greta Gerwig, Rob Reiner. Yeah. And these are all crew and studios. Here's my world map. Could be better. Could be a lot better, but it is what it is. Oops. Stats by Letterboxd. That is my Letterboxd account. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I know I enjoy my Letterboxd account. If you want to follow it, 182nd. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing me ramble. This was kind of therapeutic for me. I really, really enjoyed it. So, thank you everybody for listening and watching. If you watched, please like and subscribe. Rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That would really mean a lot to me. But yeah, really, really enjoyed my time doing this, making this video. Go watch a movie that I talked about. Go watch Stand By Me. Go watch Batman vs Superman. Go watch Lemonade Mouth. And then tell me, what was your favorite part?